the results quite obvious.
And what results are those?
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. Danny Garcia. We at Box Talk are not really fans of him right now.
Yeah, we need to do like a wall of shame. We need to do a wall of shame. So we got Garcia,
Yeah.
Stevenson,
your boy,
Peter Quillen, Deontay Wilder.
Deontay
Wilder's he's newly been put into this.
Yeah, newly been put
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I think
Ian John Lewison, the referee.
Yeah. I think they're the five definitely so far. There could be more, but they're definitely the big five.
Boxing basement.
Yeah, the boxing basement.
Yeah. You dash them in there.
Yeah.
Danny Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Shocked so much people in his come up. Destroyed Amir Khan.
Yes.
Yeah. No matter how much Amir Khan was winning the fight,
Destroyed him.
he shut it down in 4 rounds.
Destroyed him.
Yeah. Hall of Famer Eric Morales.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Tough fight that was though.
Tough fight, but you know when you got Hall of Famer, a great fighter,
Show that stuff you've never seen.
Yeah, you got that ring swabby. You know what I'm trying to say.
Morales was on that juice.
Yeah.
Didn't get caught after. He got popped after, I think.
Yeah, for direct.
Yeah.
Cutting weight. Yeah. And then he.
What was first, Judo or Matisse?
Huh?
What was after, Judo or Matisse? I think Matisse.
Yeah, Matisse.
But then he fired up Judo.
Yeah.
To the point where that's the best Judo I've seen in years.
Yeah. Matisse. I had Matisse blowing out Danny Garcia.
I did not go more than 5.
Yeah. Just beat up Matisse. Literally, let's be fair, beat him up. Had his eye over him, everything. And you think, guess what? This is what a run's all about.
Yeah.
Then came the comments, the attitude, and Rosalka.
Yes. It all led up. Herrera, everything led up to
there you go. Yeah, Herrera first.
Yeah.
Bad comments. The Herrera fight, which he lost. Let's be fair, he lost. Then said, "Oh, makes no difference. I won." Really negative about the performance. Then Rosalka.
Yes.
Then
Lamont Peterson was after that.
Lamont Peterson at catch weight.
Yeah.
And now we get Paulie Malignaggi. Let's not forget, this is the unified, undisputed,
undefeated
champion at 140.
Yeah, you know the thing with Danny Garcia, and the thing that made that run even better, the Matisse, the Amir Khan, the Zab Judah, didn't speak. I'm not trying to, this sounds stupid. Look, boxers can speak. I'm not a fan of that, but it was always his dad.
Yeah.
And I was almost thinking, I like Danny.
Yeah.
You know, he's humble. His dad talks a lot, but you know what? His dad's selling the fights.
Yeah.
But he's going in there and he's putting on performances against the guys that are talking. Judah was talking. Amir Khan was talking. I'm going to smash your son. Even Matisse was talking. And Danny Garcia was humble.
Yeah.
And then something happened. I don't know when it happened. He started talking.
Yeah.
He started becoming arrogant. It was the Herrera fight. I think he went to Puerto Rico and they're trying to do this Puerto Rico thing for him, and he's not really. I mean, he's Puerto Rican, but he's as much Puerto Rican as I'm Nigerian. Can't speak the language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And tried to send him back there, and we need another Miguel Cotto. That didn't work. It's the Rod Salka one that has infuriated me to the point where you've picked someone. You've not even picked the champion. You've picked someone not even ranked in the top 50 from a lower weight class, and you beat up on it.
He said something along the lines of, the fans don't care who I. For the fans, it doesn't matter who I fight. You're still gonna watch me and pay my bill, or pay to see me, pay to see me, or something like that.
I love Mayweather. And Mayweather doesn't talk that.
Yeah, are you serious? So you're gonna say you're gonna give us the worst fight possible because you don't care what your fans or people that support you think? And if you're a Danny Garcia fan and you're watching this video, you cannot support that comment.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the ones where you tweet it and then an elder sits you down and you think, okay, I need to untweet that because that's wrong, and I apologise. And maybe he did try to do that by giving us Lamont Peterson fight, but then that came at that weight class, at that kind of 144, 143 pounds where no one could lose their belt, and it's a fight I thought was touch and go for him losing.
Yeah, I thought he lost.
There was a time in boxing where if you're a 140 pound champ and you say you're going up on weight, good chances are you're going to fight the 147 pound champ.
Yeah.
Good chances are you're going to fight a guy in the top 5 of the 147. You don't fight a guy whose last fight, and Ryan had to check this, we were so unsure, his last fight was Sean Porter.
Yeah.
And a guy at best is a part-time boxer, at best.
Yeah,
I look at Paulie Malignaggi now as more of a Showtime commentator and a very good one.
Yeah.
I don't look at him as a boxer anymore. After the Matisse performance, I thought, my God, he might be in the Mayweather sweepstakes.
No, he might be pound for pound.
He might be a pound for pound list, top 10 player. And I think the Herrera fight was like a case of, okay, let's bring it back a bit. Yeah. Well, we're not quite sure how really good he is.
But he could have recovered that.
Yeah, he could have recovered that. Yeah. But he didn't. He then chose Rod Salka. Look, Paulie Malignaggi is this kind of fighter that, apart from the Sean Porter beating, and it was a beating, you don't get an easy night with Paulie Malignaggi. He's one of the best boxers out there, or was one of the best boxers out there. I just don't know where he is anymore. I interviewed him, and it almost sounded like a guy was like, if I get a good money, if I get a good payday, I'll come out and fight. It's almost like a guy that just going through the run right now. Even he's not really a 147. Even he's a 140. So he's going. So Garcia picks a small 147 guy, really, a guy that can't punch, and he picked a guy whose last fight was against Sean Porter, which was well over a year ago. And that says a lot to me about the Danny Garcia camp and how confident they are about Danny Garcia right now.
The problem with this fight with Paulie Malignaggi is that he's a part-time boxer, but I no longer see him as a boxer that's striving for the top.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He had the world title.
Yeah.
A world title before the Broner fight.
Yeah, that was against Shevchenko.
Yeah, I think he won the fight. Yeah.
Away from home and stopped him.
Yeah, and stopped him. Yeah. And Shevchenko is a good fighter. Let's give Shevchenko his credit for what he is. He's a good fighter. Yeah. Especially at the time when
top 1,000.
No way. Especially at the time when Paulie fought him. Yeah. He got the belt, so give him credit for that.
Where did he get that belt from? Where did Shevchenko get that belt from?
I can't remember.
Was it a regular belt out of interest? I can't remember. Was it a regular?
What was it?
Wait, if Porter won it, IBF must have been. No, Porter won the belt.
I can't remember. You're talking about 4 years ago.
Porter won. If he won that belt and then Porter won it, I can't remember.
You're talking a few years ago. The point I'm making is though, after the Broner fight, to me, he was like, if I get no, Broner fight.
Oh yeah, of course.
He said, he thought he won the fight. If I get another fight, I might. You never know. I might call it a day. I might fight. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
From the time you made that comment, it's like, I lost. I thought you tried to take my side piece. Remember the whole argument?
Yeah.
But I might call it a day. I might stay. See how it goes. Everyone's going to Al Heyman. If I can't get to Al Heyman, then I'm gonna retire. If I can't do this, I'm gonna retire. We'll see if he's already talking about retiring.
Yeah.
And then after the Porter fight, same thing.
Yeah.
It's like he's no longer being a boxer is about desire.
Yes.
I'm not saying he lacks desire.
No, he does lack desire.
No. He doesn't lack desire because he's lost his desire.
I think he lacks desire
Yeah.
to think that he actually can go to the top now.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say he really thought he was going to be the best of all time and all that blah, but he's a guy that definitely thought, putting me in there, I can compete against anyone.
Yeah.
That Porter fight really hurt him in terms of, maybe I can't compete against this anymore. This is too strong, it's too fast. Similar to what he said about Amir Khan. This was a surprise. These new guys are a bit too much for me. And I feel like we're talking about a guy now that seems to, I know every boxer cares about paydays, I get that, but all the boxers don't say that. They kind of say, I want title fight.
Yeah.
He seems to say it now clearly, like, if the money's right, I can come out of retirement again. And that's what we're getting right now. And I feel like this is pure Danny Garcia camp to pick someone like that.
Yeah.
When the 147 division is absolutely stacked with talent.
Yeah.
Even the guys that are lesser than Paulie, I'm not saying pick Keith Thurman or Brooke, but there's guys below that.
Yeah.
Devin Alexander would have been a great fight for me. Do you know what I mean? Someone of that ilk. I'd even take Louis Colazo before he fought. Louis Colazo fought recently again. Was it Thurman? I'll take that.
Yeah.
I just can't take Paulie Malignaggi and Danny Garcia as a serious fight. I really can't take it as a serious fight. And that's why I feel like I don't know if Danny Garcia stops him, but I think it'll be a dominant performance.
I think considering Garcia's run and a world champion, I think you could arguably say he lost 2 of his last 4.
Yeah.
So 2 of his last 4, beat up on a guy that was maybe 20 pounds lighter than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's fighting Paulie Malignaggi. That doesn't take away from the actual fight in Malignaggi. It takes away from Danny Garcia.
Will this be Malignaggi's last fight?
Yes.
Will be with it. 100%.
And the reason why it be his last fight, Paulie don't need it no more.
Doesn't need the money.
Here's what I'm trying to say here, where he hasn't lost desire, he hasn't lacked desire, he's just lost it now.
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. He's very successful, he's got money, he's comfortable, got his faculties, he's got such a contract, so he could fly to the UK to work with Sky.
How good, then
go back to work with Showtime.
He could be. Now Roy Jones don't really commentate. Roy Jones is a very good commentator. I think Paulie Malignaggi could be the best boxing commentator out there right now. Danny Garcia will win, and we'll talk about it in terms of results right now. Will we get a Danny Garcia, a real match at 147 if he wins?
I don't know.
He's a good addition to the division.
He's a good addition to it. Danny Garcia for me is I think, to be fair, if there was a middleweight class of 143, that's his weight class.
Yeah.
I don't know if his body could literally handle 147.
Yeah.
He's not particularly tall. He's very heavy set. And I think being at that weight, he would lack a little bit of speed. You know what I'm trying to say? Lack a little bit of size, and maybe even lack a little bit of pop.
Yeah.
When you being a boxer, especially with a puncher, you need timing. You need to have that little bit of speed. You need to have that power. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to put it all together at once. Bam, that's your knockout. You need to get your leverage through your legs and everything. You know the whole mechanics of it. Yeah. When you start getting too heavier, you can't get that off as quick. You know what I mean? It doesn't react as quick. When I look at guys like Porter, like Furman, even Amir Khan, who he beat, you know what I'm trying to say, yeah? And look at how they are moving at 140, 147, even Algieri. I see Danny Garcia as an older model.
But don't you think the fact that he's had this, and it might work well in his favour now, he's had those couple of fights at 143, 144, do you think it's almost like thinking, 3 more pounds? You know, he's not jumping from 140 to 147. He's had them kind of dodgy catweight fights that might help him.
Unfortunately, Paulie Malignaggi is no longer in his prime enough
to test that.
We only will test that after he fights a real fighter.
How big a fight is Danny Garcia Amir Khan rematch for PBC? PBC ain't scared of chucking them, bro. Porter, yes, it came with this stupid weight thing, but they're not scared of putting these people together.
As it stands,
that's a big fight.
As it stands right now, it's a big fight that they both could do with.
Yeah.
It's a rematch. Danny needs a decent fight under his belt. Khan needs to avenge the rematch, avenge the loss, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if the fight was happening now, I wouldn't really support it.
What do you mean?
I think both of them need to get a good performance under their belt.
What do you mean you wouldn't support it?
No, I mean support. I wouldn't think it'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this fight. I'd rather see Danny win a good fight at 147 first. I'd rather see Khan fight again at 140 and not have the 147 and not have the problems he had with Algieri. Then fight.
I think too harsh on Khan. I know you're only as good as your last fight, but Clazo and Alexander told me we got a good 147 fight. Yeah. I thought Algieri's just underrated.
Either people say I'm either too nice to Khan or too hard on Khan. I don't know.
And he still won.
He still won, but I just want impressed with the performance.
Alright, so predictions. Go on.
Danny Garcia by late stoppage.
Yeah, I think that as well. Danny Garcia by late stoppage, because Danny Garcia got power.
Yeah.
Got power. And
Paulie swells and cuts.
And Paulie swells, and we haven't seen the best of Paulie for... I'm trying to think of Paulie's last very good performance. Judah was okay.
I thought Broner was a good performance.
That's how many years ago? Is that 3?
Yeah, 3 years. I'm not like I said, people said before, I think you can make an argument that, you know, could not have been a Broner win.
If that was amateur boxing, yes. Scoring. So he would win with scoring. Because he landed punches, but
it didn't hurt him.
Yeah, it's like me doing that to you all night and getting you. Yeah. And you like, do you know what I mean? What's that doing all night? It's just tapping. Yeah, tapping is boring. Danny Garcia. Barclays Centre?
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Probably sounds like they both fight in the Barclays Centre quite a bit. What do you do with Danny Garcia? 2 years ago, this guy, like Ren said, was pound for pound. It wasn't in there, but you can make an argument for top 10. Now you make an argument for pound bum. We don't know what he's doing, and he's picking against a guy who's a part-time commentator, a part-time boxer, and once was a world champion. It's hard to like this fight, but look, we're going to tune in because we're boxing fans. But what do you do with Danny Garcia if he does win? Do you put him against an Amir Khan? Do you put him against an Andre Berto type person? Who do you put him against? Adrian Broner could be a fight. Though that's a catchweight fight that would be happening. Yeah. Both of them would like 144.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's a good catchweight fight. Yeah. Who wins that fight? Happens right now.
Danny. Bro, I can see how Broner will call him mad problems.
Yes.
I can see Broner calling him mad problems, but seriously, Broner's mindset. I swear, it's like you need a screwdriver with Broner just to switch him on. Know what I mean? But right now he's turned off.
Alright guys, there you go. Quick question then. Danny Garcia, Broner, who wins? Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, who wins? Danny Garcia, Porter. They're the 3 fights that Garcia could have in terms of PBC bigging him up and
Danny Garcia's brand.
Lights out. Furman. All day. Lights out. Furman. Leave a comment, a tweet, subscribe, the usual. Thanks for watching another edition of Boxtalk. Cheers.